Hey folks, Real Honesty with Joe Mitland. I'm Joe Mitland. This is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Road to New Beginning Day 1 at the Korakuen Hall. I hope I pronounced that one right. That was actually the same venue that Impact Wrestling used to host the Bound for Glory 2014 edition. And let's just say that New Japan does it better. Don Callis was not on commentary. Kevin Kelly was solo at the beginning. Rocky Romero joined him later after the match that he was involved in. A lot of tag team matches here, and really a lot of ways of just building towards the February 10th show that they're going to be doing, which I will be reviewing. I will also review the second day of this road to the new beginning. And I just want to thank everybody, New Japan Wrestling fans, that have, offered good criticism and offered good praise for my reviews. I really, really do appreciate it. It means the world to me. I've been a wrestling fan, obviously, since 1985, and been a fan of New Japan for a while, and I just recently got into where I could be reviewing it. So I just want to thank you guys for accepting me into the fold. Really can't wait to continue to review these. And here we go. So as I said, Kevin Kelly solo at the beginning for about the first three matches. You had Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask, and Tagshi. And again, some of these names I might get wrong. I apologize. I have a problem with some foreign names. Versus three young lions, Narita, Shota, and Yagi. It was decent enough. I mean, it was nice that these three young lions got experience against these three veterans, and Liger, of course, was hugely over, as a tradition. Good mix of action and everything. Of course, Liger and his team won. I mean, duh, that was going to happen. But the Young Lions certainly didn't look bad. It was an experience for them, especially at this great venue, Korakuen Hall. And then Hikuleo and Takahashi. I don't want to say anything bad about Hiku, even though he's, still gaining experience. I don't want to knock any of Haku, / Ming's kids, because I choose life. And they face off against Oka and Nako Ishii. A lot of Ishis in New Japan. I assume they all come from the same family. I assume it's just not just a gimmick. They're all tanks. And it was impressive strength by Ishii. It was a decent enough tag match. Hikuleo and Takahashi got the win. Good enough tag match. And then we carry on to really where things started to pick up a bit. Now, you had the trial series of 7 that Kitamura's having. They face off against Tenzan, big time veteran. After talking with somebody that left a comment on my previous New Japan video, I'm starting to back off a little bit on any criticism I have of Kitamura. As everybody has to gain experience in Japan, does it the right way. And he certainly is improving. Who knows what he'll be in 2019-2020. So I'm going to back off a little bit on the criticism. The guy certainly is over with the fans, as is Tenzan. Great history that he has with the Japanese fans. Very, very hard chops, especially on the outside. It's like you were half expecting to see chest meat flying away. Tenzan, of course, got the tap out. But Kitamura certainly didn't look bad. Great learning experience. And show respect at the end. Very, very nice. Very, good showing by both guys. And can't wait to see what Kitamura does. And Tenzan did the proper job. Hey, this guy's somebody to watch out for. And he even joined on the Japanese commentary team later. I, of course, listened with English commentary. As you can tell with me stumbling over some words, I already have a problem enough with my native language as it is. I wouldn't even be able to understand 1% of what they're saying on the Japanese commentary. Even though the Japanese commentary is tremendously passionate. And then match 4. Roppongi 3K and Rocky Romero. Roppongi 3K's got a great addictive theme, even if I don't know what really is being said. And they face off against Taichi, El Desperado, and Taka. And of course, Miho Abe was there. Lovely, absolutely lovely. And Taichi's got a great gimmick. I mean, it's a gimmick of a guy basically being a dick, but hey, it works for him. And Taka, I mean, I know I mentioned it in my previous 3 New Japan Wrestling reviews, and I will probably mention it in other ones. It just still blows my mind that Taka Michinoku was not used better on U.S. soil. I know he had some injuries. I believe he had a concussion at one point. during his WWE run, and yes, I'm a big wrestling fan, including WWE, WCW, all years of wrestling, and Japan, of course. But just looking at what Taka is still doing in the ring, and what he did when he was younger, I just wish that he would have been used better. I'm not saying he would have been WWE champion. Skill alone, he could have been, and the guy's still really good in the ring, even like into his 40s. But I just wish that Taka would have been used better. However, back to this match. Great stuff. Great stuff. Very good action. Very, very good action. Everything starts out on the floor. A couple matches went into the crowd, and this was just really, really, really fun. They focused on the injured back of Sho. It was great energy. Great energy from everybody involved. Roppongi 3K and Rocky Romero got the win. It was nice to see Rocky Romero in a match. I'd seen him in some matches, but I'm just saying it's nice. He mixes managing with being with wrestling. He's really, really good. Crowd loved it. Crowd was on fire. And it's great stuff. Roppongi 3K and Rocky Romero got the win. And then Rocky Romero would join Kevin Kelly later on commentary. Who, honestly, Kevin Kelly probably could have called the show by himself. And nothing against Rocky Romero. He was clearly, out of breath. And he's a good talker. But he didn't lend a ton to commentary. I mean, he lent a little. But Kevin Kelly, I thought, did just fine. Did just fine calling the show on his own. But good stuff. And then, of course, you go to Tomohiro Ishii and Yano versus Juice Robinson and Hanare. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Juice Robinson, very happy for him in New Japan. Way better than he was using WWE. Just absolutely great. Yano's tights and Juice Robinson's tights. It was like a battle for the biggest eyesore of attire. The attire sore. I mean, look, it just... they're great athletes. I'm just saying. Especially Juice Robinson's tights. I don't know what the deal is. It's kind of disturbing, actually. Crowd was alive. It's great tag wrestling. Ishii's just a tank. Just scary. Anyone with the last name of Ishii in wrestling seems to be just built like a tank. And like I said, during this, Rocky Romero lent some to some matches like this, but good energy. Ishii and Yano got the win. Nothing bad about that at all. Juice Robinson certainly looked good, and I thought for just a second, Juice Robinson might have gone heel, or might have been where he was going to go turn heel. He didn't. Maybe that's a bit of a tease though, where he was upset about his dreads getting tied to the guardrail, the ring barrier, and being upset at the ref and looking maybe just a little disappointed at Hanare, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it seemed like he might have been turning heel. I'd be all for it. I think Juice Robinson could be a tremendous heel. As much as the crowd does love him, he could excel as that. And, of course, you had Michael Elgin, Kushida, Makabe, versus Minoru Suzuki, Kanemaru, and Iizuka, and, of course, Suzuki, a.k.a. the Murder Grandpa, as some friends of mine have called him. I mean that with respect. The guy is frightening. The guy is going to be 50 this year and still moves around incredibly well in the ring. And it's not that other wrestlers don't. But I'm just saying for his style and the stuff that he does, it's really, really impressive. I can't wait to see how long of a title reign he has. I enjoyed the match he had with Goto at Wrestle Kingdom 10, or Wrestle Kingdom 12 rather. And I did watch Wrestle Kingdom 10 recently, which is pretty fun. But Wrestle Kingdom 12... watching it, I'm like, okay, I can see why people like both these guys. And Suzuki's certainly very impressive, that ground and pound style, just like, I'm going to make you quit. I'm going to make you quit, and I'm going to make you never want to come back to wrestling, in Japan or otherwise. And to be fair, facing that guy would make me want to quit wrestling. And I mean that with respect, because the guy's just vicious. Very hard to hit him. There was a lot of chair usage, as there should be. Because what else are you going to do? You going to tell Suzuki no? No, I don't think you're gonna. The Young Lion got punched up by Suzuki at one point. Just, look, boom. Just booped him. It was great stuff. I don't like Michael Elgin. I just don't. These allegations and stuff like that he's apparently done, the guy should not be in wrestling. The guy should be in jail. If this stuff is true, the guy should be in jail. The guy's also a very one-note performer. The guy's strong, and that's it. Surprisingly, Makabe got the win. And he challenged Suzuki at, after the match. Wants the title. Apparently, he wants to die. But to be fair, Makabe's a really tough guy, so hey, who knows? I think that Suzuki should hold it until sometime in July. Right around his birthday or something like that. Give him a nice little run with the IWGP Intercontinental title. But that's just how I would do it. So, and yes, this review is going a little faster than the other reviews that I've done because this is kind of a holdover until their February 10th event. Same with what day 2 is going to be, a little bit, very early Tuesday morning. And yes, I'm recording this right before work, so if I seem tired, I apologize. But Switchblade Jay White versus David Finlay. David Finlay on an 8-match losing streak against Jay White. Good exchanges. Commentators pushed that whole thing about the losing streak. The pace picked up, and Finlay, of course, had a good showing. But there was no doubt Jay White was going to win here. There's no reason for Jay White, if any momentum halted. I mean, the title wasn't on the line, so there was no reason for him to lose. But after beating Kenny Omega in the Bullet Club implosion and everything, or at least seemingly the Bullet Club implosion, no need for Jay White of Chaos to lose here. And yes, I'm trying to learn more and more about this stuff. I'm not trying to say that I know a ton about New Japan, the current New Japan pro wrestling scene, but I know enough. And it's really not that hard to get into, so I don't know why more fans aren't watching it. It's really good stuff. But Jay White got the win. Of course, he was going to get the win, no doubt. Finlay didn't have a bad showing. White attacks Finlay afterwards, just elbowing him into submission and everything. That was great stuff. So then we go to a 10-man elimination tag match where you can be eliminated by pinfall submission or over the top rope. And that last stipulation particularly comes into play. And it's a good thing they actually did the over the top rope one, because otherwise this match might have gone on a bit too long. The event itself was only like 2.5 hours. I think like 2.5, maybe 2 hours, 35 minutes. So certainly not bad, but it was Yoshihashi, Gedo, Okada, Will Ospreay, and Goto versus Sonata, Evil, Hiromu, Bushi, and Naito. The most tranquilo of all talents. And yeah, people can say that about Almas if they want to. I still think Naito. But like I said, a lot, it's like the eliminations, pinfall submission over the top rope. Lots of feuds to build here, especially to the February 10th show. And even for the day 2, they're going to, have some matches that are going to tie into this kind of stuff. Good pace. Action was all over the place in the crowd. Great stuff. The first elimination was kind of funny because, it's over the top rope. So Hiromu dives over the top to try and catch Will Ospreay, in sunset flip powerbomb. Well, Hiromu's feet hit the floor, so he's eliminated. And then he throws Ospreay on the floor. So they're both eliminated. Ospreay, despite any stupid shit he may tweet, is one hell of an athlete. And I mean one hell of an athlete. That guy and Ricochet have springs in their legs, I swear. They're not even human. It's just incredible to watch him in the ring. But yeah, that was a pretty cool elimination. So that was the first and second elimination, technically. Third elimination was Naito. Yoshihashi eliminating Naito. It's really shocking that Naito went out that early. Now, maybe it was a way to save Naito for his big match on February 10th. But still, with where they built Naito, and I mean, I went back and watched enough of the stuff before Wrestle Kingdom 12. So before I reviewed it, and before the live event happened, I'm like, with the way they built Naito up to face Okada, it's like he was here and then they suddenly just sent him right back down. I mean, I know Okada's got, is being challenged by Sonata next, but still, it seems like they just cut the legs out from under Naito. Maybe it's just a way to build him back up and he's going to take the title from Okada in a few months. I don't know. It just seems a little odd that they didn't keep up that momentum, even though he's still really over with the crowd. And then Gedo removed Bushi's mask, so that was an automatic DQ. But then as Bushi's trying to put the mask back on, Hashi tosses him out. That was good stuff. Sonata was gone. Sonata was eliminated by Okada. And then Evil knocks out Okada. Running him off. They had an apron battle, Sonata and Okada did. And that was pretty good stuff. And then Goto gone. Evil, of course, used a chair. Had a chair over, Goto's throat. And then smacked another chair across his face. That was an interesting spot. And then, of course, Evil gets the win. And, Evil managed to eliminate Yoshihashi. So, everything is Evil. I mean, they got the win. Kept their momentum going. Obviously, as you can tell, I really can't speak right now. Good enough event. I mean, I'm not saying you have to go out of your way to watch this, but it's a nice little thing to watch for 2.5 hours. It certainly goes by quick. For 8 matches, it certainly goes by pretty quick. Enjoyable enough. Of course, not the best show ever, but enjoyable enough. Everybody worked hard. Can't wait to see what day 2 brings. Especially can't wait to see what the February 10th show brings. So anyway, that's what I gotta say. Did any of you guys watch the show? What'd you think of it? Like, share, comment, subscribe. My Twitter link's in the description. It's been Real Honesty with Jar Mifflin. I'm Jar Mifflin. I'll see you soon.